All right, so in this video, guys, I'm gonna review 4 sales call recordings, maybe 5, depending on how much time we have, and I'm gonna try to do this in under 60 minutes. Okay, and just some context for you guys: these are inbound leads, so leads who have actually scheduled a call with the prospect, and they're selling an e-commerce coaching program. Okay, that's what the leads are showing interest in. And I want you to guys, while I give feedback and listen to these calls together here, I want you guys to guess which calls were actually closed and which weren't. Okay, and we'll see if you're right towards the end.
Hey, Fayez.
Hey, who's this?
Hey, Fayez. It's Sam calling from XYZ program, man. How you doing today?
Okay, I'm gonna speed
Hey,
it up a bit
Fayez.
because this is too slow for me.
Hey, who's this?
Hey, Fayez. It's Sam calling from XYZ program, man. How you doing today?
Doing good yourself?
Yeah, man. I'm doing great, man. I'm booked and busy. I can't really complain. What about yourself? You got anything planned for the day?
To be honest, I'm on break right now. I'm working at a warehouse right now with my family, family business. But yeah, I'm on break to take this call and talk to you.
Fantastic. I love to hear it, man. I love to hear it. Fantastic. Well, like I said, Fayez, all I'm really gonna do on this call, I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions. Really get to see if and how I can help you out, and if I am, then I'll show you exactly how. But if I can't, man, I'll just try to guide you in the best direction. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
Fantastic, Fayez. Well, why don't you go ahead and kick us off, man?
Super chill intro, love it. Very laid back. Doesn't seem salesy at all. He said he's booked and busy. That's always good. You always want to hop on the call, at least seem booked and busy, because people only really want to work with you if you're busy. Busy means you're making money.
Give me some background on you. What exactly do you got going on?
Right. So, you know, I've been working at the warehouse with my dad and uncle the past 2 years.
Mhm.
Yeah, while going to school, it's been rough, right? I'm not a school person. I'm just trying to get that done, get it out the way. But they need help at work, and I've been helping them the past 2 years. It's a tiring ass job.
Mhm.
And since school wasn't for me, like I had to like find something else because after I leave, after they find people to hire, I've been going back to school and just doing school. But I don't really like school, so I want to find something that I can do to supplement school, basically.
Okay, I got you, man. I got you. Okay. Yeah, you told me a lot. This little. Okay, so you said that you're working warehouse, 2 years, and then you're doing school on the side. What exactly are you like studying?
So I'm in school for accounting, but man, trust me, it's boring. So don't do it. But like,
Okay.
I'm 2 years into it. I'm just trying to finish, 2 more years. But I'm not trying to work as an accountant or anything like that. I'm trying to find something else that I can actually do instead of actually being stuck as an accountant.
Okay. Yeah, 100%, Fayez. And I know earlier you said school wasn't. You didn't really think it was for you. Like, why exactly? Why exactly do you think that, man?
This is what most people don't do. This guy Samuel is challenging his prospects, right? He's asking him, so why do you think school is not for you? Most salespeople will just agree, be like, yeah, dude, sales a fucking school is a fucking scam. Um, and what most people are scared to do is challenge their beliefs because they think they're gonna lose the customer. On the contrary, brother.
My whole family went to school, and um, they come. I don't know. They come home like exhausted, complaining this and that about their job. And I've done an internship recently at a firm doing bookkeeping, and my God, it was so boring. You literally just get set things, do things. It's just boring, right? You make no decisions. You have no time for yourself. Your lunch break is 15, 30 minutes. It's not. It's like I can't even explain it. It's not something I would do.
Okay.
And especially working at the warehouse, a crazy amount of hours and lifting boxes and all of this stuff. I don't want to be in a labor job as well. So it's not really anything I want to be doing.
Okay. Yeah, 100%. And what really made you realize that it wasn't really something you wanted to be doing? Was it an internship or was there something else?
Yeah, it was. So it started off as an internship, and because I picked accounting because I thought it would make good money, and sitting at a desk would be pretty cool, and that type of stuff. But when I got there, it was hell. It was just paperwork on paperwork on paperwork.
Okay.
And I just knew like there's no way I can work under people. Like I want to be my own boss, and especially working at the warehouse. I really don't want to do anything labor intensive because that really takes a toll on your body. So those two things really showed me, I don't want to work corporate and I don't even want to work labor. So I got to start something up on my own.
Okay. Yeah, you just kind of want to be your own boss. Is that what I'm kind of getting at?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's really cool, Bias. Is that kind of what made you kind of lean towards ecom? Is that kind of what led you to pick up our ebook?
Yeah, man. So I was looking, man, like if you search up how to make money online, a million different things come up, right?
Yeah.
But I clicked on a video that really caught my eye, and he was going through the process of basically building your business online, right? Just completely online, and the idea of scaling it. And that's what I was really like. It really caught my eye, it got my attention. And I did research for like a whole month, and yeah, I saw your ad and I picked it up.
Cool. Yeah, 100%. And just so we're both on the same page here, Fayez, you've never really done ecom before. You've just been You never really done this?
Yeah, so I haven't done it at all, but I've done quite a lot of it. So I know most things in the process, and
Very important question to ask. Have you done this before or not? Okay, it does two things. Number one, well, obviously you get to know if your prospect knows about e-commerce and if they've done it before or not. If they have, okay, now we want to know like why didn't it work out? Why are we on the call? And if they didn't do it, great. Now they look at you as an authority. They look at you like an expert, right? By simply just asking them, "Hey, have you done this before?"
I understand the process. So yeah, just a month of researching and just making sure this is what I wanted to do, basically.
100%. Okay, cool. And on that topic, you said you've been like researching it for a month. Like, what really made that change happen? Like, what made you, pick up the ebook?
Um, yeah, so I picked up the ebook, after.
This is a good question. It creates a little bit of urgency, right? So, like, I asked him, what made you want to do it now, basically? And it puts your prospect in an action state. Solid question.
I got confirmation. This is what I want to do. I don't know, just the idea of making money online really just like stands out to me, especially owning your business, because you can actually call yourself a business owner.
Yeah.
And I would love to tell my family like I own a business and it's online and everything like that. And I just that's why I was like I had to pick it up.
100%, man. It's really great. It's really great. Trust me. Yeah. Why exactly is being a business owner so important to you, man? I mean, like I talk to a lot of people every day saying they want to be a business owner, but why is it so important to you?
So a little family thing. Everyone again has degrees. They work under people, and they always encourage like get a job. It's super safe and blah 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 blah. But I've had family members not get a job, get fired, and all this because
It's a good question. And if Faya said, I want to be my own boss, so this is what I want to do, it's really important to ask him why, right? Why is that something that's so important for you to be your own boss? Right now, I would be careful personally. I wouldn't say why is that so important to you. I would just say why do you want to be your own boss first, because they're gonna reveal something else after that and say something like, well, because I want to have more control over my life. Then you ask why is having control in your life so important to you, right? Because you don't want to sound like a broken record. Ask him why is that so important to you? Why is that so important to you, right? So you got to say why, how come, why is that so important to you? That's how you really dig deep and not make it look superficial, or scripted.
maybe they might have not performed well or the business isn't doing well, and I feel like me myself like I want to be in charge of that. So if I were to my business were not to do well, at least I would like it would be my fault. I would have control over it instead of someone working under me and I had to fire them and all that. I want to be in control basically.
Okay. Yeah. Have that responsibility. I totally
Exactly.
gotcha, Bias. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And with the e-com store, how much exactly would you be wanting to like bring in with your store? Have you thought about that at all?
Yes, I've done my research and I've seen insane, like ridiculous numbers online.
Mhm.
But I'm more of a realist and I can vision those numbers later down the road. But to start things off, just to make a profit, or no, not even just break even at first, learn the ways, and so I can do it myself and just make a crap ton of money as I get better. Basically.
Okay.
So not really even,
So his approach was like, how much do you want to be making with e-commerce, right? I would take a more general approach. Like, what is your goal with e-commerce, right? What's your goal? And then we'll niche down, or we will narrow down based on what our prospect says to us.
I don't have like a set in stone number.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to keep getting better, basically.
Okay. Yeah. That's
Because what he's probably going to do is ask him how much are you going to make, how much you want to make, and then kind of reverse engineer as to why he wants to make that money.
really realistic, man. I'll tell you what. A lot of people I talk to, they always have these big dreams about making wanting to make 25 to 50K a month. But being able to hear someone who has realistic goals, just wants to see that it's something that's actually doable. That's really refreshing to hear, man. 100%. I love that. Faiz, what's going to happen if you don't make this change? Like, what's going to happen if you don't get into e-com?
I've thought about this. I probably wouldn't go the accounting route anyways.
It's too early for consequential based questions.
I'd probably just work in the warehouse.
Mhm.
Like you don't get it. Like it's so boring.
Yeah.
It's more fun.
Consequential based questions are really, really important because it shows somebody, makes them imagine how their life would look like if they didn't make a change, right? Which is the worst feeling. Like, that's why consequential questions are so powerful. It makes your prospect like so uncomfortable, and it almost puts them in a state where they're like fuck no, like that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna make a change, right? Because of the fear of things not changing. However, it's too early. Like, we need to dig deeper on the vision first, really understand their goals, and their challenges before we even get to consequential.
lifting boxes than it is sitting behind the desk and doing bookkeeping, right? So, and I prefer the more fun, similar type of money, doing labor work than that accounting job. And you know, I don't plan on being in both of those things. I know it's gonna take hard work, but if worst comes to worst, I'll stay at the warehouse.
Okay, cool. Yeah, 100%. So you know, correct me if I'm wrong, Faiz, but you know, you're currently working at the warehouse. You know, you've been working there for 2 years, doing school on the side. And honestly, it's it doesn't really sound like you like either option. And you know, that's kind of why you're kind of getting into e-com in the first place, and you're really just trying to, you know, break even, you know, make sure this type of business works for you, and so you can really pursue it and, you know, leave, you know, college and stuff. Yeah.
So he was getting stuck there because he really didn't figure out his goals, his actual vision. And what he was doing there was he was recapping his situation, his goals, recapping everything just to make his prospect, you know, feel heard and understood. I think that's one of the most important things we do as salespeople, right? Is we make sure our prospects know that we've listened to them throughout the whole call, and then we repeat everything back to them so they know that we're both on the same page. And when you do that, it is so important to really list everything, their pains, their situation, their goals, why is it so important for them, the challenge, right? So this recap was surface level, wasn't really deep at all, and kind of got stuck there when he was talking to him about his vision, recapping his vision. Well, it's because we didn't really dig deep on the vision. And we didn't understand, you know, what's been holding him back as well. You gotta dig deeper. You know, you're on a sales call when with your prospect. You really need to understand the pains. You need to understand the goals. Why is it so important for them? The whole goal, like a vision, is to make them imagine what their life would actually look like if they were able to make a change. If they were able to make $15,000 a month, right? Because the mind doesn't know the difference between real life and imagination. And if we can make our prospect feel like they're already there, then guess what? Those feelings of gratitude, the feeling of happiness, success will arise in your prospect, and they'll feel like they're already there, right? And after this, he was gonna go straight to the pitch. I think that's like almost like premature ejaculation. It was too early. Um, let's see if he actually closes this call. You guys have to wait till the end of it though. Let's listen to the next sales call recording. Not bad though. Overall, like what Samuel has is he has the ability to build really good rapport, making it seem conversational. Doesn't make it seem salesy like most salespeople. So yeah, nothing major that he can't apply, but very important that you always dig deep on the vision, on their why, right? Because if they don't have a strong enough why, they're not gonna do it. Right? And they have a strong enough why. You just have to find out what it is. This is the next one.
Hey, Danny, it's Rafa from XYZ Academy. How's your day been? Working hard or hardly working?
I'm sorry, who's this?
It's Rafa from XYZ Academy. How's your day been?
Oh, XYZ. Sorry, I didn't quite know. Yeah, the e-com thing, is that what you guys are?
Absolutely.
Got you. Yeah, thanks for calling. I booked the call yesterday. Yeah, man, I was just, let me just get comfortable here. I was finishing ironing my clothes. You know, I got a good place to go tonight, you know, so I was ironing my clothes. Let me just get set for you. How you been?
Fantastic. Well, my mornings are always pretty busy, man. Today, my morning was so busy that I was like putting the pounder of the coffee in my mouth and drinking straight from the boiling water, you know?
Okay. All right. All right. How can I help you, Rafa?
Then the reason for the call is that I realized that you bought a course on how to set up a successful e-commerce store, and you said that you set up the call with us, right? So I'm reaching out personally. I work side by side with Coach Bob to see if I can help you on that. Do you have a few minutes to talk about it?
Yeah, we can talk. I got like 20 minutes. Yeah, no problem.
Awesome. So just to get started here, I'm going to ask you a few questions to see if and how I can support you. And if I feel that I can, I will show you precisely how. And if not, I will just point in the right direction. How's that sounding?
That sounds fair. You want to support me with what, sorry?
And you're setting up your successful e-commerce store.
Oh, okay, so you guys... Oh, okay,
that's kind of why you book up the call, right? You kind of mentioned that.
Well, I mean, I actually didn't know what you guys do. You know, I just wanted to see the ebook, and I had to put in my contact. I had to put in my email and my...
So if your prospect's like, what do you mean? What do you mean you want to support me? What do you want to support me with? If they say that right after you say the agenda, that probably means you didn't set the agenda clearly, right? You need to be clear with the agenda. What I want to do on this call is I want to ask you a few questions, really get to know you and your goals with e-commerce. And if I feel like I can help you, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And if not, hey, all good. I'll point you in the right direction to the best of my knowledge.
didn't quite understand actually what you guys offer, but okay. So you guys offer like support to help people with their business. I get it. Okay, yeah, man. What do you want to know?
Okay, great. So it's just a simple step process, right? You just started this with you telling me a little bit about your background and what you got going on.
Yeah, sure. I currently work as a valet, and yeah, man, that's pretty much what I do. You know, I drive cars. I drive a lot of cars for 1 minute, and then I give back the keys, and that's pretty much it, man. That's what I do.
Absolutely. And are like nice cars or regular cars? Where are your
All types, man. All types. You know, regular cars, luxury cars.
Showing interest, that's good.
You know, it's called Sun Valley Inn. Basically, it's on the East Coast, and yeah, basically that's what I do, man. All kinds of people come there. A lot of people that are used to the country, haven't come to the country. Tourists, tourists, all kinds of people. So yeah, they just throw me their keys, just like in the movies, and I drive the car to the parking lot, and it's nice. You get to get a little taste of all kinds of cars. You know what I'm saying, like BMWs and Audis, and normal cars too. Hondas and Toyotas too. So all kinds of cars.
Yeah, it must be a blast. I'll give a walk, a run around the block if someone drops me a Ferrari.
What do you mean, around the block?
More, just a pleasure.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I wish I could do that. I tried once, and I got a warning not to do that again.
That's crazy.
So,
and how long have you been doing that then?
A couple years, man. Just a couple years. Yeah, a couple years, and it's nice. I mean, you get to meet some people sometimes, and
of course,
nice people. And it's not bad. I like it. It's not bad.
No, it has its perks for sure.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself doing this like long term?
Well, I mean, I could, but more money maybe would be a bit would be nice. If they could get my salary up, but they don't like it when you ask for a raise. So. Yeah, more money could be nice, but apart from the money, I think it's nice. It's a good job.
Absolutely. That's actually, Danny, that's usually how boss works. You ask for a raise and they get mad about it.
Yeah, exactly. They like there's always a reason where you can't really have a raise. Everybody's asking for a raise, blah blah blah. They want you to distinguish it. It kind of makes me feel like they want me to kiss their ass. I'm not like that. So
of course.
Yeah.
So apart from the money, just make sure that I understand things clear here. Apart from the money, there's any other aspect of your job that is not fulfilling your aspirations?
No, I think it's nice, man. I mean, it's a nice place, well maintained. The employees are great. Even the boss is great. It's just he doesn't like to give a raise, but he's great otherwise. And nice cars. My favorite part of the job is I get to visualize like for a couple of minutes as if I actually had that car. So whatever car I'm driving, and it's a fun little exercise. It's a nice job. It's just really the money. I would like to have more money.
Absolutely. And what really got you interested in e-commerce in particular?
Well, yeah, basically.
That's a good question. You always want to ask that question. Like, why are you interested in e-commerce specifically? Right? Because that makes them convince themselves as to why e-commerce is the way. Right? It's a very simple question that you can ask, and you'll basically have your prospect sell you on why they want to get into e-commerce specifically.
I heard that e-commerce, you can actually make a lot of money with it. It's a good side business, so I could continue to do the valet for a little while and do do the e-com. So just to get some extra money, man, because it's just there's too much going on outside right now. The inflation, you're getting robbed of your savings. You worked to save $75,000, but it's worth $60,000 because of the inflation. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know what I mean? So I make an okay salary as a valet compared to what others would say, but compared to what I'd like to do, I would need more money, especially in these hard times, recession type of times that we're living through now.
Absolutely, but tell me a little bit more. Like, how much more do you expect to make?
Right now, I make like not far from $90,000 as a valet, but I would like to reach probably around $150,000 a year. So a good $60,000 more. Just to be able to do things that I want to do. Maybe reduce my valet hours a little bit. Hopefully, my boss is not going to give me trouble for that. And basically use that time for some projects that I have on the side, things that I've been wanting to do for a little while, but that I can't necessarily do, while I'm a valet, and because I don't necessarily have the time to do it, but I also don't have the money, to finance those projects.
Absolutely, kind of goes both ways, right? But what kind of projects you're interested to do in the future?
Yeah, man, I'm interested. Well, for sure, I'd like to travel a little more, so I want to finance that. But there's a lot of, I have a country.
That's good. He's digging deep on his vision. Like, he understands, okay, he wants to make a little bit more money so that he can work on some specific projects. And I like that he caught that, and he asked him, can you tell me a little bit more about that project? It could be something that's very important to him, that if we are able to have him bring that up into the sales call and understand why is that something that's so important to him, then it could be basically ammo for you to know that the reason why he wants to do all this is because of those specific projects. Well, we'll see. It might be, it might not be it, but that's the importance of digging deep on the vision, understanding why they're trying to make more money, right? Because money is just a tool for them to allow them to do the things that is important to them. And that's what we need to figure out. What is that? And why is it so important to them?
Back home, my home country in the Caribbean, I'm looking to, purchase a many acres of land, and basically it's to make a farm there and try to help the community there. You know, it's a poor country, so yeah, try to make a difference there, and I would need more money to do that. You know, so eventually I'd like to do it, and but I need more time, I need more money.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, Danny. But which place from the Caribbean specifically?
Haiti.
Hey, se fazenda mulher.
Yeah, yeah, you speak a little bit. That's cool.
I understand a little bit of Creole. I had a friend whose name was Ben Jerry, like the ice cream. He was from Haiti.
Yeah, it's possible. Ben Jerry, yeah, it's possible.
Ben Jerry, like the ice cream.
I don't know. There are all kinds of weird names, man. But yeah, no, that's what I want to do, you know. And it's a risk right now, but depending on where you go, there's parts of the country that are safer than others. A lot, you know, of what you hear in the news is not very, it's not very flattering. But there are some spots left, you know, where there's peasants working, you know, and, you know, there's some safe stuff that I can do there. So I'd like to be able to do that, you know, sometime this year or next year, whatever. So these are the projects that I have. I got other projects too, but this is the main one.
Absolutely, and I can understand that totally, Danny. I'm actually from Brazil, right? And I moved to the United States, so I know exactly what you mean of like loving your land and having those places that you know they are so beautiful, like a lot of great people, but at the same time there's corruption, there's violence, and all the problems.
Right.
And of course, since we are from those places, we know how to avoid them and enjoy the best.
That's right.
If
That's
they
right.
come from the outside, maybe they can get in some trouble, right?
Well, of course. Where are you from?
Brazil.
Brazil. Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil, exactly.
I like it.
South
I like
America.
it.
You know?
Yeah, I like it. But yeah, man. I mean, it can be dangerous, but you know, as long as you're careful about it, you can do it. So yeah, right now that's where I'm at. You know, it's just you know, trying to find the means to actually do that. You know, I've been doing this for 2 years already. I left the country like 8 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So I got some relatives there. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm aiming for right now.
Gotcha. And let me ask you this, Danny. How long have you been thinking about like making this change? You know, like change the career for something a little bit better?
I've been thinking about it for I don't know.
So right now he's in a challenge part of the framework. So he understood his situation. He understood his goals. However, I don't believe he dug deep enough. Like he was almost there. He was almost there. He understood that he wants to work on this project, to build a home back in his home in Peru, and be able to give back. And then he was like, "Oh wow, no way, you're from there." And he spoke a little bit of their language. But he could have dug one level deeper and said, "Hey, by the way, why is that something that's so important for you to go back and build your home and give back in that country?" It was just one question. Why is it so important to you to go back and build a home and give back to the community? And then this is where like their tonality will change. Their whole tonality will change and tell you like why is that so important to them. And usually it's something like, you know, very deep, something that means a lot to them. So we were very close, and now we're at the challenge part of the framework.
You know, it's been a project for. I mean, I've changed careers all the time. You know, before I was a valet, I've been thinking about it for there. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm aiming for right now.
Gotcha. And let me ask you this, Danny. How long have you been thinking about like making this change? You know, like change the career for something a little bit better?
I've been thinking about it for I don't know. You know, it's been a project for. I mean, I've changed careers all the time. You know, before truck driver, before the truck driver, I was working. You know, in a call center. I mean, I've done some, a couple things. So the plan was to try to find something that would give me a good salary. So I don't know. I mean, the valet thing, I already knew I was going to do it for a couple years, and then change. So
Of course.
yeah. So I've been thinking about it. It's not a question of when I've been thinking about that or how long. It's just like the plan was that from the beginning. Like I wasn't planning on staying a valet forever.
Absolutely. So we're always searching for this next opportunity, right?
Yeah, like I was planning the next opportunity. Yeah, like.
But you mentioned like pursuing like a better salary, right? When the matter becomes e-commerce, you actually become your own boss, right?
Yeah.
So all of the results is going to be like dependent on your work ethic, your dedication to the process. So it's not kind of like finding a new salary. You're thinking that you are in a moment that you're into doing a change, thinking become your own boss to make more money.
Yeah, but I mean, the real thing is like once I'm over there in the country, I'm not going to be here doing valet anymore. So at that point, I'm not going to be doing that anymore. But I still want the money to roll in, right? Even while I'm there doing what I'm doing with the land and everything, I still want to be able to work and make money, you know, but not like 30, 40 hours a week. Like I want to work a little less. So I'm going to be separating my time between what I'm doing over there with the land and everything versus the e-com, right? So I still want the money to keep rolling in, you know what I'm saying? Because this is a long haul project. I'm not going to be able to change the job after 1 year or 2 years like I've been doing, you know, since the 8 years I've been in the country. So I need something more stable that's going to allow me to keep working at it.
90K a year, right?
About, yeah.
Fantastic. And although the job is quite nice, it has its perks. Now you like the people, you like the place. You already visualize yourself being able to buy your own plot of land in the Caribbean. Do some good, spread some generosity over there, make some improvements. But to be able to do that, you realize that you need to increase the money, your cash flow, to at least 150K a year. Building a system through that to be able to travel while you're making this money without stopping the revenue, right?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
It's a good recap.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this. Do you think that you are in a moment, like right now, that you're ready to jump in the e-commerce space and see the necessary changes that you need to make to start to build your own dream?
Commitment question.
Yeah, e-commerce seems to be the right. It seems to be a good way to do it. From what I've heard.
Absolutely. But how many hours do you think you can set aside for this?
Probably like 2 hours a day.
Absolutely. And what kind of support system do you feel that would help you in this process?
I just need somebody to show me how to do it, man. I've never really done e-com before, so I just need somebody to show me the basics, show me how to set up the website, show me how to market it.
Fundamental question you guys need to ask before you pitch. And it's as simple as, what do you feel like you would need from us in order to give you the confidence to succeed? And they'll tell you exactly what guidance they need, what sort of support that they're looking for. And then you guys would just take that, use that into your pitch. And that's how you pitch like a pro. Okay. And I'll give you guys an example. If he says, hey, I'm looking for, group coaching calls, and I'm looking for hands-on support, then guess what you're going to say in your pitch? You're going to use the word group coaching calls. Okay. You're not going to say classes. You're not going to say mentorship classes. You're going to say group calls. All right. And if they say hands-on, then you're going to use that lingo as well. Hands-on. Hey, listen, when you kind of come in, everything's going to be hands-on. We're going to work with you side by side, yada, yada. All right, so take that, use it in your pitch, and close like a pro.
2 hours a day.
Yeah. So there is some 12 months. Okay. I see. No, it's good. I'm ready to put in the work. I think econ is a good chance to take. You guys seem to have a good program. It's just, I just really want to make sure that I understand how you guys work, to really make sure that it's a success for me. So if you can guarantee me that the coach will be present, I won't have to chase after him, whether it's for, WhatsApp or, yeah.
All right, I'm going to pause this here. Let's hop into the next one. And I just got to make sure that it's still recording here. Yes, it's recording still. Thank the Lord.
Hey, this is Thomas with XYZ Ecom. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Kind of busy, but it's a good busy. So.
Yes.
Yeah. So how was your day today? How was your day today?
My day has been good. It's just smooth for the most part. In the beginning of the morning, it was packed, but busy, but I'm okay now.
Well, that's good. I hope you can have some time to enjoy the rest of the evening.
Yes.
That's good. Okay. Well, I noticed you picked up our ebook from XYZ Ecom, and you filled out some information requesting a call. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, great. That's great. So do you have time for me to kind of go through some things with you?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so Lillian, the way the call can be going, for the next few minutes, I'm going to ask you some questions and see how.
There's some things on a sales call that you don't say because it lowers your status, right? So he said, you reached out to us and you scheduled a call, right? She's like, yes. He's like, okay, so do you still have time for me to go through a few things here? And when you say that, now you sound like customer service, right? You immediately lose authority by just saying, do you have time for me to go through a few things, right? She scheduled a call with you, right? You got to assume that she does have the time, especially after she said, yes, I did schedule a call.
Our company can help you out, and if we can move forward, and if we cannot, I'll try to guide you in the direction. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So can you go over some things for me? Can you tell me about yourself?
Yeah,
Do
so...
you work? Do you work? Do you have family?
Yes. So I'm currently...
The way he opened up the conversation to ask her what she has going on could have been a lot more casual, because it sounded really serious, right? It needs to be really casual. You're in the discovery phase. You're trying to know your prospect. It needs to be more casual, right? So give me a rundown. What is it that you currently do, right? I sound curious.
I don't have any kids or anything, but I do work at home. I have a catering business. So that's what I've been doing right now. I have been looking to get into e-com for a while. I've been seeing a lot of videos and stuff. So, but other than that, I don't do too much.
How long have you been looking for e-com for?
We're honestly, we're in April now, so about 5 months, the past 5 months.
Okay, that's great. So how is your catering business going so far? Or how long have you been doing it?
It's going, it's not like a huge catering one. It's just like a right ear one, So I've actually been doing it for a year now.
Okay, well, what got you into doing catering?
Well, I personally like to work from home. So,
It's so convenient, right?
right, exactly. And I cook for all my family. And, when I was cooking, I was like, host like holidays at my place. Friends will be like, well, why don't you do catering? And so I was like, let me get into catering. If I'm good at cooking, then let me do it.
Right. It sounds like you're very family oriented. Like you like to host
Yes.
functions and holidays and whatnot.
Yes,
That's
I'm the
great.
MC of the year.
Okay. What kind of, if you don't mind, 'cause I'm a food connoisseur myself. So what kind of food do you serve?
I honestly, well, I'm Mexican. I make a lot of Mexican food, but that's not the only food I make. I make some really good soul food.
Okay.
I sell a lot of gumbo, seafood boils. Yeah, so I make a whole bunch of different stuff. But mainly what I really cater is, in our area, we don't have a restaurant where you can just go pick up some gumbo,
Oh, really?
all that kind of stuff. And I'm a baker too. So if I'm baking, I'm going to do that. I'll do that too. But the favorites of catering that people ask for is either hibachi plates, which is like, fried rice with baked chicken shrimp. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. And then I have the, more of the soul food, greens,
Right.
mac and cheese, and all that.
You see, you had that gumbo because I'm from Louisiana, and that's a staple out here.
Right, me that Cajun flavor.
Yes, well, Creole, but
Creole, yes.
yes. But it's that's a oof. You hit me home with that.
That's so good.
That's awesome. That's great. Well, so just tell me a little more about why you want to get into or pursue e-com. I know you say you like to work from home, but what kind of interest in that?
So I was watching videos, and I seen how our people are really accumulating a good amount of money, and I'm seeing.
So he's at a point right now where he's asking her, why you're looking to get into e-commerce, or what attracts you to get into e-commerce.
Different, get all kinds of people, all kinds of people making a whole bunch of money from home and working less hours. So, if I can coordinate that, which I will be able to, into my schedule, then I'm down for it. What can you lose, right?
That's right. It's especially now that after, I don't want to say the word, the virus happened,
right.
it made working from home feasible for everyone. Nowadays, that's to go to remote working. You can do everything the same thing you can do in the office. You can do at your own home. The comfort of your own home. And especially, it's great. And the clients that we help with, most of them have families, and it's very convenient so they can still be in their children's lives and still run a business. If you get what I'm saying. So, it's very, very accountable for basically anyone. And you can still also have a personal life instead of always being tied to the workplace. So, that's a lot of the benefits that we've come across and we've been shared with also. So, that's great. I can tell that,
So you guys can notice, like, he's listing the benefits of getting into e-commerce, when really what we want to happen is, we want to have our prospects list the benefits, like why they're looking to get into e-commerce, for what reason. And then based on their response, we can kind of just repeat back what they said, or we can relate.
Being that you have experience working from home and whatnot, you'll probably fall right into this process, into this company. Yeah. So let me ask you, where do you see yourself achieving? What do you see yourself achieving by joining, if possibly joining XYZ's e-com program?
Well, right now, I feel like with doing that program, the benefits of making more money than I actually am currently, that's one of the things also is to make more money. I won't feel so limited.
Right.
As in, like, having to worry about, like, hey, can I make tickets to
So you said, what's the benefits of joining, like, our program? He who hides the sales process the best wins, right? I never talk about our program or any program, all right? I don't ask somebody, what do you think the benefits, what do you want to get out of this program? I'm assuming he's in vision based questions right now, right? He's in the vision stage of the call, understanding her goals. So instead of making it sound like all that we're trying to do is sell her our program, I like to just keep things broad. So what's your goal? So what's your goal with getting into e-commerce, right? What are you actually working towards? Instead of telling them, hey, like, what are you looking to get out of this program?
Or time off and still maintain my bills, and not having to be like, oh, where's my money going to come from? Or, stuff like that.
Right. Basically,
so it's financial freedom is the main thing.
I got you. That's very, very, very understandable, because who doesn't want, financial freedom? I mean, that's like the golden ticket, So, and if you're willing to put in that work, that's definitely obtainable, and
So most sales guys will get this response, right? Everybody wants financial freedom. But what differentiates the top 1% and the average closer is what happens after they get that response. An average closer would just say, yeah, 100%, it's all about financial freedom. A top closer would be like, hey, I completely understand you want time freedom, but what does financial freedom actually look like to you?
Those goals are very, very great, because that's basically
Let's see.
goals that our clients have. They want to travel more. They want to be able to, take off on this day and still be able to make money and have the money coming in without it disrupting their life, And
so he's explaining his definition of financial freedom, right? Guys, keep in mind, everybody's financial freedom means different.
So that's great, And do you have any other goals besides the financial freedom? I mean, the flexibility and the making more money?
Any other goals in financial freedom? That's everybody's goal. Financial freedom, right? That's gonna be able to allow them to hit, all of the other goals that they have.
Well, yes, I actually do. Outside of catering, my boyfriend, I invested into a trucking business, so we do box trucking, and with this income, I'd be able to expand that also.
Right. Okay.
She'll be able to expand the income to make more money with trucking so that what? Financial freedom. Go same thing, right? We need to expand. We don't want to go wide. Our goal is to go deep, right? Financial freedom, beautiful. Okay, because everything she's gonna do in her life right now, whether it's a trucking, whatever, or e-commerce, it's all coming back to what? Financial freedom. So that's exactly what we need to dig deep on.
That's good. That's good. Monopolizing your income. That's great.
Yes.
That's great. So, with that being said, that's pretty much the step forward right there. So,
You did really good.
so thank you. It's my first time, honestly. So I'm kind of just talking how I normally talk to people on the phone. I kind of do this for a living. So
Oh, okay.
the line of work I do is I'm constantly speaking with individuals. Like, so this is not foreign to me. It's just having
Yeah,
to
it
learn.
didn't seem like it. I was like, your
Right.
first time. Me, it's foreign. Like, I get stuck.
All right, we're gonna pause here and go to the last one because we're running out of time. So I won't be able to do 5 for you guys. We'll be doing 4.
Hey, Sammy.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, man, it's Fives. How's it going?
Hey, Fayaz. Yeah, it's going good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Just a lot of work booked and, ready, excited to speak to you. You have any plans today?
Me? No. Yeah, no. I just finished some classes, so I'm pretty much done for the day.
Oh, nice. In school, huh?
Yeah.
Excited to speak to
you
you.
know-
Screams customer service to me.
Okay, cool. So, Samuel, to get started, I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions, to see if I can even help you. And if I think I can, I'll show you exactly how. And if I can't, no worries. I'll point you in the right direction. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds fair.
Awesome.
Could have sounded more confident there. So there's a bit of uncertainty.
So, Samuel, just so I can understand you a bit better, and kick things off, what do you have going on in your life, and what exactly do you do?
Yeah. So right now, I'm just a full-time student at the university. So I'm just really in school.
Oh wow. Well, what would you study?
I'm studying like nurse. I'm like trying to become a doctor.
Nice. How long has that been? And like how many years have you accomplished?
Yeah, I'm pretty much in like year 2 right now. So I'm slowly getting there.
I've heard the medical degree is pretty rough. How's it been on you?
Well, you definitely heard right, man. It's definitely rough.
Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Yeah. It's a lot. I mean, there's so much to like memorize. You really gotta like really understand the human body, science. It's just a lot. It's very overwhelming to say the least, man.
When you mean overwhelming, has that have you missed out on anything because of it?
Fies is trying to find pain points right now, right? He noticed that they said that, nursing is crazy and he wants them to expand on it. But right now he's almost like fishing for a pain point. He's like, oh, like, have you missed out on anything? Instead, I wouldn't really assume. I would just say, tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I definitely missed out on a lot of like hangouts with friends. Yeah, it's just a lot of the classes are consuming a lot of my life right now. It's not the best thing.
So, just time you don't have the time to spend with friends and just the time for yourself. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just my life is basically just school. That's pretty much all it is.
I got you, man. I got you. How's that been on you?
It hasn't been too nice, honestly. It's been pretty rough. It's very.
Asking somebody how's that been on you, how's that been on you, how's that been on you 2-3 times, it almost sounds scripted, right? Even though it's a really good question, how's that been on you after like you figured out the pain points and how's that been affecting them emotionally, you can be like, dude, how's that been on you, man? I can't imagine being in that position. And the way Fayez here is asking the question, he's just asking it for the sake of asking it. Doesn't really feel like it's coming from a genuine place. And also, yeah, like I said, he already asked that question once. So what I would do, actually, let's see what Fayez will do here.
It's very exhausting, honestly. Like I feel like all I'm doing is just studying for the next test, and then once that test is over, there's something else I gotta do. There's a project I gotta do. It's just overwhelming, and it's just taking a toll on me, man.
And did you? So I understand it taking a toll on you, and I've been through school as well. But some people see the long run. They see it worth it for the long run. Is that what you see in nursing, or what's your thought process when it comes to it?
Yeah. So I definitely saw me doing this long term, but it's definitely not the. I honestly don't know anymore, man. Like it's just a lot. And I recently I'm gonna get started into like internship, like doing like free, like an internship in like a hospital, working like side by side. And and I went in for the interview, and man, like hospitals, they seem so gloomy. Like the environment is just like people die in hospitals, and it's just like a really, I don't know if that's the type of environment I want to be in, man.
Yeah, man, I completely understand. I've had a lot of family in the hospital, and I hate going there just for that reason. It is extremely, I don't know the word, depressing.
Yeah.
Being there. But you're talking so negatively about nursing. What made you even think about getting into nursing?
Yeah, both of my parents, they're both like have something to do with nursing. My mother, she's in like nutrition, so she's like a nutritionalist. And my father,
At this point in the conversations, we're about 5 minutes in right now, and we still don't really know why he's on the call, right? We don't know why he's trying to get into e-commerce yet. So we need to get to it. At this point, we're not really like moving a needle forward. We're actually moving backward, right? Because we're just asking questions about their current situation right now. It almost seems like more of a interrogation than really trying to see understand why they're actually on the call.
he's just like a nurse. He just like works as a nurse and whatnot. So I mean, my family is definitely in like that medical field. So they definitely push for me to, also be in the medical field.
I understand. Yeah.
And to be honest, I wouldn't really spend too much time digging on like the pain points at school, because school is school. We all know how school is, right? You got assignments, you got exams, high pressure, you need to pass all this. And yeah, maybe nursing is a little bit more difficult, more stressful. I completely understand, but like that's what he signed up for, right? So I wouldn't really spend too much time digging deep on pain points on his school. Like school, yeah, bro, it sucks. I've been there too. We've all been there. Well, I personally went to university, so I know what it's like. Maybe we haven't all been there since times are changing and most people don't fucking go to university anymore. But yeah, we need to really get to the point quicker here. We can't be just having a conversation about really nothing at this point.
Yeah, I come from a family where the traditional doctor and engineers kind of pushed on me. It was pushed on me for a while, actually, until I actually changed my profession and decided to do what I love to do, and it kind of changed their heart a little bit. But yeah, 2 years into this, 2 years into your nursing education, you started feeling this now or before?
Feeling what?
Like it taking a toll on you, and just the area is depressing, and has this been a recent thing or just from the get-go?
Yeah, it's definitely like been creeping up on me, honestly. I definitely had like good momentum going into it. My parents were definitely happy for me to pursue the same thing they're into. But yeah, I'd probably say I started feeling this way maybe like last semester, a couple months ago.
Okay. And
I think the question he was trying to ask him is like, why now? Why are you looking to make a change now? Like, what happened that made you realize that you want to make a change now? Maybe.
Is this why you booked the call? Is this why you're talking to me right now?
Yeah. I'm just I'm kind of just looking. I'm kind of just looking for an out, honestly. Just looking for different ways.
And
yeah, so 7 minutes in, now he asks him, or he's trying to understand why he books a call, right? That's too late into the conversation, right? Rule of thumb: you want to get to know what they do, how long they've been doing it for, if they enjoy it or not, and then get into it. Why look into XYZ, or why are you looking into e-commerce or real estate? Why are you looking into this right now? Have you done this before, right? I think Faiz took a long time to just really kind of almost like fishing for pain points, and that's fine. Like I used to do that when I just started. Faiz is still new with us. It's been a few months, and it takes time for you to, being able to dig deep on the pains properly and understand like when to dig deep. However, in this case specifically, I wouldn't have spent too much time digging deep on the pains of his schooling and nursing, because obviously going to school for nursing is not going to be a walk in the park, right? It is stressful, right? And we've all been through school. We've all had exams and finals. We know how it is, right? So what we really want to know is like, okay, beautiful. So you're in school, amazing, you got that going on. So dude, why are we on the call? Or what motivated you to schedule a call? Or why are you looking to get into e-commerce, right? We need to get to it faster because the longer we wait and just talk about the situation and things that aren't moving the call forward, guess what? We're moving the call backward.
This this mindset started a couple months ago, right?
Yeah.
Cool. And of all the different ways you can make money, why ecom?
I honestly just came across y'all's ad and I just clicked onto it. I mean, it seems like a pretty good business strategy. So I said, why not?
Are you're completely fresh? I'm guessing.
Yeah. I never really done this before or anything like that.
Interesting. Okay. And what do you see yourself doing with ecom? And what are your goals with ecom?
Honestly, because right now I'm not really making anything. Like I'm not really making any money, so I don't really have any major like financial goals. But if I had to put a number on it, man, I'd probably be wanting a like 5 to like 10 grand a month. I think being able to make that type of money and being able to show my parents that are making that type of money, I think it'll really, I think they'll accept me like not going to school for being nursing anymore.
I get it. And your goal is to actually drop out of school from here.
Yeah, pretty much. I kind of just want to get out of this.
Okay, definitely doable. And why is that making $5,000 to $10,000 a month? Why is that so important to you? And how would that change your life?
Yeah,
Too many questions, and why is it so important for you is a really good question to ask somebody when they tell you how much money they want to make, right? Again, making money, making 5 grand, 10 grand, 20, 100 grand, it's not about the money. It's what the money will do for them. Once you figure out what the money will do for them, then we need to understand why is that thing important to them, right? Not why is making 5K important to you.
No, it would. Well, I definitely understand that. When it comes with like e-com, you're gonna have to like build like a store, and it's gonna take time, and you're gonna have to put a good amount of effort into it. But once you get it started and running, I think I'll be able to, take a lot of like workload off my back, like from school. Being able to quit school, it would definitely help me not be as stressed and stuff.
And how getting that time back, not just for you personally, but for everything else, how would that help you and how would that benefit you?
Yeah, I mean, it would help me in a lot of ways, man. Like, I'd probably be a lot more healthy, like mentally. I'm not having to worry about tests and all my school responsibilities. I think it'll help me a lot.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Man, I remember when I was in school, I would get good grades with everything, but when it comes down to the test, I would stress so much and end up bombing it, and it was just constant, and I just hated the idea, of testing and all the studying. And I would get stressed out so much. I was in the same position as you, but luckily everything worked out. To get you actually, to be able to actually drop out of school, you said you needed $5,000 to $10,000 a month, correct?
Yeah.
So let me ask you, Samuel, what you've known about this for a couple months, but what's been actually like stopping you from taking action on your own?
Yeah, maybe I think I've just had a lot of like skepticism, but it also has to do with not really having the time to really I don't really know if I'm gonna have enough time to really put into my business with school and everything.
That's a really good question. Asking somebody what's been stopping you from doing it on your own. Because the same reasons they will list as to why they couldn't do it on their own, it's the same reason why they actually need you. And keep in mind, guys, Faiz is still new with us. He's been with us for a few weeks. So far, honestly, for his first couple of calls, not bad at making it seem a bit conversational, still going through the call, and he's not tripping, even though he's probably self-aware that he might have not asked the right questions, but the ability for him to power through and continue through the call is definitely respectable.
Okay, and you mentioned skepticism. Let's talk about it. What were you skeptical about?
Yeah, I found y'all's ad, and then once I clicked on that, a whole lot of other ads kept popping up, and I don't know. I just didn't know whether or not if I was making the right decision. But I definitely looked more into you guys, and you guys definitely seem legit. So, so I kind of.
Good, really good job, Faiz. So it's great whenever your prospect says the thing that's been holding him back is skepticism. Instead of what most sales guys would do is just go and convince their prospect and how great they are and all the accomplishments that they've done, all the case studies and the stories. Instead of that, you can simply just ask your prospect to expand by what he means by skepticism. So tell me a little bit more about what do you mean by you were skeptical? right? Because skepticism, again, could mean something different for your prospect versus what you actually think they. No, fuck.
That a whole lot of other ads like kept popping up, and I don't know. I just didn't know whether or not if I was making the right decision. But I definitely looked more into you guys, and you guys definitely seem legit. Not really having the time to really I don't really know if I'm gonna have enough time to really put into my business with school and everything.
Okay, and you mentioned skepticism. Let's talk about it. What were you skeptical about?
Yeah,
All right, two things. So he mentioned time, that he might not have the time. So that's a red flag, right? We need to make sure that he actually has the time. Otherwise, there's no point in continuing the call. Second thing is he mentioned skepticism, right? I like that Fies was like, hey, tell me a little bit more about what you mean by skepticism. And I like that he didn't go and try to convince him of how great of a company we are. And you don't have to worry because we're great and we've done this, 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 and this, because that's what most sales guys actually do. Instead, just have your prospect expand on what they mean by that. And you might not even have to have a conversation about it.
I found y'all's ad, and then once I clicked on that, a whole lot of other ads like kept popping up, and I don't know. I just didn't know whether or not if I was making the right decision. But I definitely looked more into you guys, and you guys definitely seem legit. So so I kind of
So was it, so just if I can get a better understanding, was it the actual ad and people running the program that was actually getting you skeptical, or was it dropshipping itself?
Yeah, I would say it's probably like dropshipping itself.
We live in a time where there's so much information out there, especially with YouTube, that everybody will post information, outdated information, sometimes wrong information to deceive us, and to get us just watching instead of taking action. And you're damn right. There's going to be a whole bunch of people with ads, but going with the right one and using hard work and dedication, you'll succeed, right? You believe that?
Yeah, 100%.
And you mentioned not having enough time to the school. Getting into something like dropshipping, yes, it can become passive in the future, but now, especially starting now, you definitely need time. So is that still a factor when you can't put in time into your business?
Okay, I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
Yeah, so Fi's questions aren't really clear. It seems like
any time to actually start a business like dropshipping and an e-com store. Are you still in a position where you can't put in time to actually start your e-com store?
I think I can definitely put in like 1 to 2 hours like a day, but I'm not really sure that's gonna really be enough, honestly.
Well, here's the thing, right, Samuel? 1 to 2 hours a day will definitely get you started, right? But it's not about it's not just about the amount of hours. It's actually the quality. You spend in those 1 or 2 hours. If you make work with the the program and everything that we offer, and especially if you yourself are very dedicated, you can make those 1 to 2 hours count every day. Don't you agree?
that's one approach.
Yeah.
If they
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
have time,
Exactly.
you can tell them, hey, hey, at least 2 hours is good enough for you to start and build some traction. You can take that approach, or an approach that I take, which is um, um, something that's based on experience. When somebody says I don't have time, I only have an hour or two a day, I'm like, dude, that's perfect. That's amazing. Hey, most of my guys and girls who are in our program have 9 to 5s. They have families, right? And that's the way that our program is made, so that it's flexible, so that we could, um, what's the word? We can work around each other's schedule, right? So hey, that's all good. Mr. Prospect, funny enough, most of our students are actually, either married, they have kids, they got a full-time job, and they still make it work with an hour to 2 hours a day, right? If I have people who are married with kids and have full-time jobs and make it work, do you feel like you could make it work as well? Yeah, obviously, right? Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, so it's a mindset coming into this, and yes, a lot of people fail, but a lot of people do succeed, and the difference between the two is the people who actually use that time wisely. And yes, in your case, you may be stressed
All
out.
right, I'm gonna stop here for Fies. Fies is something to keep in mind, guys. He's brand new. This is, I think, his second call, but I admire his ability to keep the conversation moving forward, even though some of his questions weren't really clear. And we'll work on it. Fies and I work on his line of questioning and how to actually dig deep, and when is it a good time to move on um, and talk about the next topic. And that's that's a struggle for everybody who's new in sales. They don't really know, like, when do I move on to the next question, when do I stop asking questions to find the pain points. And that comes with like repetition, right? There's no like secret sauce to it other than that. Okay, so it's time. Can you guys guess who actually closed? Was it Samuel? Was it Rafa, Thomas, or Faiz? My lady says Samuel. Is that what he said, Samuel? The answer is none of them. These were all role plays. That's right. I have my guys do role plays every freaking day. Right? That's the importance of. It's so damn important to do role plays, especially if you're new, if you're getting started. This is what I put my guys through every single day, right? To prepare them for the highest quality job offers in this industry, right? Our goal at Millionaire Closers is to put them through every single possible scenario that they can get on a real sales call so that the trial and error is done with nothing on the line, right? They practice their weaknesses, all types of objections, all type of customers, again, so that when we actually place them, they know exactly how to handle any situation, any buyer that's coming their way. All right, guys. Oh, fuck. Is it still working? What? I don't know. It looks nicer. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Take the time to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know in the comments if this is something you guys actually enjoy and want me to do more of. I do this practically every single day. And also comment what was your biggest takeaway from my feedback given to my guys. Otherwise, have yourself a blessed rest of your day. And ciao.